Hi everyone, I'm David Wojcik and this is MBOT TV. Stories we covered this week. The Minister of Transport has encouraging news for MBOT members. The Toronto Real Estate Board reports October numbers, and Brad Butt has news on updates on the repeal of Bill 148, cannabis consultations in Mississauga, and an update on ratifying the CPTPP. Welcome to MBOT TV, a weekly recap of what happened in business at the Mississauga Board of Trade and around the city of Mississauga. First up, our series on the corporate execution gap. Here's Fred Pitsadny from Focus Management with our Guru Gap segment on how to determine if your team is participating or really committed to your execution strategy.
Thanks, David. Let's focus for 59 seconds. I'm Fred. In a bacon and egg breakfast, who is really committed? The chicken participated. The pig was committed. How many of your team members are involved versus genuinely committed to getting it done? Here's how to ensure that your people get it, own it, and most important, do it. Number one, clarify your strategic goals and metrics until your people get it. Take the fuzziness out. Number two, give your people the authority to take action and to make decisions that really matter. Only when they feel they have the power to act will they own it. Number three, make it matter to your people. What's in it for them if they do it? Connect your rewards, both tangible and intangible, to getting what matters most done. Make it happen. Back to you, David.
Thanks, Fred. The Minister of Transport addressed MBOT members last week and discussed many issues, including the new USMCA, opportunities surrounding our airport, and autonomous vehicles. The minister started with complimenting the business community for our part in bolstering the Canadian economy.
The unemployment rate is at its lowest, notably because of the 566,000 jobs that we've created, that you have created as entrepreneurs since we were elected. Although we have a tendency to forget, the majority of entrepreneurs are part of the middle class. You are the job generators, the restaurants, stores, services, and artists, as well as the innovative, high-growth startups that put Canada on the map. I'm also proud that our small business-friendly government is working hard to reduce red tape and to make it easier to do business. Your ingenuity and innovation in these emerging market niches and industries are winning us new business partners around the globe.
The Toronto Real Estate Board published its monthly numbers for October. The report noted that over 2 million square feet of space was leased last month, a 29% increase over October 2017. Although lease space was up, property sales were down 29% overall. Also, the average office lease price per square foot declined by 3.8% to $18.73 per square foot. Coming up is our political report with Brad Butt and MBOT's upcoming events listing. But first, are you looking for ways to save money on your employee benefits? The Chamber Plan can help.
The Chamber's plan now offers employee benefit programs with greater selection, higher coverage levels, and more value than ever before. Take another look and see why we're the choice of more small businesses than any other plan in Canada. The Chamber's plan. It's for your benefit.
Now for our political update, here's our Director of Government Relations, Brad Butt. Brad?
Well, thanks, David. Bill 47, the Making Ontario Open for Business Act, has now passed second reading in the legislature and is off to the Standing Committee on Finance and Economic Affairs for hearings. The bill basically repeals the infamous Bill 148 from the last Parliament that made major changes to the Employment Standards Act and Labour Relations Act in Ontario. The government needs the bill to pass before the winter break in order to ensure that the legislated minimum wage increase scheduled for January the 1st does not happen. Bill 47 freezes the minimum wage for 2 years. The provincial legislature has passed a bill that repeals the cap-and-trade carbon tax program in Ontario. This has resulted in lower costs for fuel, electricity, and natural gas. It has also brought an end to a number of energy conservation and incentive programs that were funded through the levy. After an initial backlog, the provincial government has stated that everything is back on track with the Ontario Cannabis Store's online purchasing system. The OCS has experienced a steady stream of woes since legislation kicked in October 17th. That includes delivery delays due to high demand, a data breach impacting 4,500 customers through Canada Post's tracking site, mislabeling of products, rotating postal strikes, and 1,000+ customer service complaints to the provincial ombudsman. Meanwhile, the City of Mississauga has begun consultations and study of a retail cannabis store system model for the city. Municipalities must opt in or out of such a regime by January the 20th. Plans are afoot for a staff report to Council on December 12th, providing advice and options. MBOT is involved in this process, providing input on a retail model that is run by privately owned and operated cannabis stores. The provincial government has stated that a licensed private retail store system for cannabis will commence on April 1st, 2019, overseen by the Alcohol and Gaming Commission of Ontario. This model will foster healthy competition to better combat the illegal market and build a safe, reliable retail system where public safety is paramount. The City of Mississauga has begun its 2019 budget consultation, asking residents and businesses to comment and participate in the Budget Allocator program. To learn more and participate in the program, please go to mississauga.ca/budget. Both the Mississauga and Peel Region finance officials will be presenting their draft budgets to the MBOT Policy and Government Affairs Committee in January, prior to the councils adopting their respective budgets. While Peel Regional Police are still looking for businesses to enroll in their Safe Place program, offering a safe place for people who have been harassed or harmed and need to seek help. It is easy to enroll, so simply go to peelpolice.ca/safeplace. The federal government has tabled legislation in the House of Commons to enact a proactive pay equity system. Under such a regime, employers will need to examine their compensation practices and ensure that women and men working in federally regulated workplaces, including the federal private sector, the federal public service, parliamentary workplaces, and ministers' offices, receive equal pay for work of equal value. Bill C-87, the Poverty Reduction Act, has also been tabled in the House of Commons. The Act, if passed, will set metrics and mandates around poverty reduction in Canada, including a 20% below the level of poverty in 2015 by 2020 and 50% reduction of poverty in 2015 by 2030. The legislation has received royal assent to ratify the Comprehensive and Progressive Trans-Pacific Partnership Agreement. Canada is the 5th country to ratify the CPTPP, meaning that Canada will be among the first 6 CPTPP parties to enjoy the benefits of this landmark agreement upon its entry into force. The agreement will come into force 60 days after the 6th country ratifies it. With CPTPP, Canada will be the only G7 country with trade agreements with all other members of the G7. And finally, I was honored to lay a wreath in Streetsville on Remembrance Day on behalf of the Mississauga Board of Trade last Sunday, lest we forget. Back to you, David.
Thanks, Brad. And here's what's coming up at your Mississauga Board of Trade. On November 22nd, join the CEO Executive Series with guest Frank Gehrenschert, the founder of Trias College. Find out how he built a multi-million-dollar business starting in his basement. on November 26th. Join us for an information session on our upcoming trip to China. 11 days covering 4 cities for $2,299. This incredible price includes airfare, hotel, meals, attraction entry fees, transfers, and gratuities. On November 28th, discover the opportunities of doing business in Turkey. Join delegates from the Canada-Turkey Business Council and learn about bilateral trade with this massive market. On November 29th, join the under 40 business professionals at Game Time Eatery and Entertainment. Meet like-minded network-building peers and enjoy an adult beverage while soaking in some unique entertainment. On December 5th, Membership Matters is at MBOT, a session for new members to discover all the great benefits that your Mississauga Board of Trade has to offer. Seasoned members are always welcome to stop by for a refresher. On December 6th, it's our annual Mix and Mingle, where we welcome our valued members into our MBOT home for some casual networking, a glass of cheer, and something to nibble on. And on December 12th, our annual general meeting, where our members weigh in on electing new board members and receiving our annual MBOT update. This year's keynote speaker is Kim Stangby, Vice President for the Greater Toronto Airport Authority, who will update us on the future of Pearson Airport. Details about these stories and events are available at www.mbot.com. Until next week, this is David Wojcik wishing you continued success in your business.